Welcome. This is a series on the Gospel of John as the Gospel of creation, devoted to showing how John's love of creation affected the writing of his Gospel. I will be your presenter. I'm Teresita Scully. I have a master's degree in theological studies from St. Norbert's in Des Peres, Wisconsin, and I have a great love for the Gospel of John. The title of this final presentation is I Am Lifted Up. For John, an important feature of the resurrection was that Jesus not only was raised to new, transformed life, but that the new life included the infusion of the full glory of the Father into Jesus' humanity, giving life a cosmic dimension. Once again, we see the beautiful symmetry of this gospel. On the first side of the arch, Jesus foretells that he must be lifted up. And on the second side of the arch, as the event nears, Jesus declares that when he is lifted up, he will draw all to himself. The word all of the text has the sense of all of creation. The full cosmos is the domain of the risen cosmic Christ. In this beautiful Coptic icon, we see the angels, material creation, women and men of both testaments being drawn to the risen Jesus. Jesus makes it clear that there is this cosmic dimension to life in the resurrection when he tells Mary not to take hold of him yet because he is ascending. The words Jesus uses are the same ones used in Genesis about reaching for the fruit of the tree of life. In the evening of that first day of resurrection, Jesus comes and stands in the midst of his disciples, like the tree of life stood in the midst of the garden in Eden. He now invites them to take hold of the fruits as he shows them his wounds, and then further tells Thomas the next week to reach up his hand. The ascension or infusion of glory has been completed, and the fruits of everlasting life, which belong not to time, but to the cosmic dimension of eternity, are freely given. John saw in the story of the serpent in the desert and in the crucifixion of Jesus echoes of the story of the serpent in the Garden of Eden. When the serpent was raised on the pole in the desert, and people looked upon it, they were healed. When Jesus was raised on the cross, he showed humanity the horrible effects of sin. And when they contemplate and understand this, they can be healed. John and other scripture writers refer to the suffering servant in the book of Isaiah. The servant suffered and then was raised on high and exalted. The suffering was not an end in itself, but had to be followed by being glorified. Now, in Jesus' transformed body, he draws all of creation into the cosmic dimensions of life beyond time and space. And once again, we see the beautiful symmetry of John's Gospel. In the beginning, the Word descended to take on flesh. In the closing, he is lifted up, taking all of creation with him to the Father's glory. The notes, the recommended resources for these presentations, to which I have added for the resurrection N.T. Wright's book, The Resurrection of the Son of God. And here are the resources for this particular presentation. This concludes the series on the Gospel of Creation. I hope you have enjoyed it. Shalom.